Well, welcome back everybody to another episode of Automotive Drama. Today I got this 1970 Monte Carlo that's being restored. Yes, if you see the turn signals flashing, that is a damn miracle. It had a bunch of issues. It wasn't running right. It had 9 pounds of fuel pressure, no fuel pressure regular, blah, 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 etc., etc. Said it wouldn't start because the negative cable was actually falling out of the cheap-ass terminal. And then I found I also had a short over here for one of the marker lights, but I got all that working. And the craziest thing was, when I turned the turn signals on, I plugged everything in, because he said the turn signals weren't working. So I plugged them all in. I fixed the ground wire. I forget what else I did. And when I turned them on, first thing I did was check the hazards. They all flash, so that tells me that the wiring should be good. Because the hazard flashes the turn signal side. So that told me everything should be good. So, the column is not original. So I went down here, and I got my voltmeter out. And what was happening was, when you would turn it to the right, see how it's turning to the right side would come on, but then the left one would flash, and vice versa. If you turn it this way, you turn it to the left, the right side rear would flash. So I went down and I pinned out the column plug and the harness plug, and I found out that coming out of the column, yes, that switches to both, but it switches to light blue. This was kind of like giving me all goofy signals, especially when the yellow and green and the green, or the yellow wire and the green wire, were both turn signals coming out of the column when I hit the switch. But then I did notice that this one was also left and right, and it was backwards. Right turns rear, and they kept going backwards. So I started looking around. I saw this crap. I figured, alright, maybe somebody shorted something out. So I just disconnected it. I think it's part of this trailer hitch around here. Then I grabbed the voltmeter, and I'm looking, and, okay, I got it on the left right now. So green is left, yellow is right. Okay, that's what you would think it would be. And they were like, see how I switch it? They were running backwards. They would go either way. Left turn, right turn. But when I came across here, they would switch. Now, I actually checked those from the column. I checked the wiring. I jumped all the wires to make sure all the lights were on and everything else. So I came back here and I started looking, and I grabbed my voltmeter, and I find this plug, which I saw some corrosion in there. I went, oh, okay, corrosion will do that. It'll short the circuits together. But no, I unplugged it. It wasn't that bad on the terminals itself. So I grabbed the voltmeter and checked to see if the left turn, which is yellow, right, which was coming out of the column. Yep, see how it says yellow left? That's coming out of the column, and the green was right on the rear side. Okay, it was opposite in the front, no matter what you did. I'm trying to explain this. It's really goofy. So what I did, I came back here and I looked at this, and I don't know if somebody did it. I don't know what happened. I'm trying to get the camera to focus, but it was reversed right here. Actually, I took these pins out, these two terminals, and I swapped them because I checked the yellow is the right side, which yellow was left, and the green was right when you actually hit the column. The fronts worked fine, but it was flipping around backwards. So what I did, and then I checked to make sure that I powered that up. Those were right. I powered up the green when those came on. So I went, well, shit. So I actually took the pins out of the terminals out of the plug, and I swapped them, the green to the yellow to the green, and all my turn signals work. I don't know who did that, how that came about that way. All I know is they work now. That one's got kind of a weak ground, but now they all work the way they're supposed to. This guy brought this to me because nobody could figure out the turn signals. It had a bunch of crap. Blown fuses. You see I got a box of fuses down there. The wiper fuse instantly pops as soon as you put it in. So there's an issue there. I don't know what's going on there. You turn the key on and the wiper fuse pops. I still got to fix the dash. Now this thing does have an upgraded LS motor in it, and it's got a big old cam in there. It's got a Holley 750 Dominator on it. I mean, it's really nice. It's just got to be tightened up. And now I have to integrate. I'm going to have to get the wiring harness for or the wiring diagram for that. And now I'm going to integrate the new instrument cluster into this engine. Yeah, sounds like fun, don't it? Stay tuned for that episode. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. And like always, likes are nice, scribes are better. Questions, comments, feel free. If you watch this far, you can exercise that thumb muscle and hit the like button, subscribe button, ring the bell, and you can watch more videos. Anyways, stay tuned because I got a few more I got to do on this one. But anyways, have a good night, and thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.